The Australian Institute of Management has brought Scott Ginsberg, the Nametag Guy, fresh from St. Louis, Missouri. He's here to teach managers how to be more approachable, put themselves out there, and fast-track their way to professional prowess. So Scott, tell me what you think of Australian managers so far.
We're having a blast. Everyone is cool and fun, and for 7 o'clock in the morning, people were pretty awake, and they were ready to engage and to learn, so yeah, it was cool.
More and more managers are telling us they want takeaways, they want tips, they want practical things they can take back in the workplace.
Right.
What's the most common tip you're asked for?
That's a good question. Well, it depends on the audience. If we're talking about networking, one of the tips I'll share is to discover the CPI, the common point of interest. Anyone that you meet finds something in common, doesn't matter what it is. If it's a managerial situation about more being approachable with your employees, I would talk about the value of being an askable manager. So not just sticking yourself out there and talking to your employees, but making yourself available so they can ask questions. Because not everybody likes asking questions, people are uncomfortable, so positioning yourself in a way where they have permission to ask questions.
You use some really great stories and anecdotes about people and their companies, the way they put themselves out there. But how do everyday managers in their organisation, how do they make a difference? How do they put themselves out there?
You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to wear a name tag. You don't have to have a huge sign or wear something crazy. Sticking yourself out there can be as simple as being the one manager that actually listens to people. And there's a simple way to look at it. There's a game you can play when you're talking with your employees. If you're a manager, if you're an employee and I'm a manager, the game you play is, let's see how long I can go before talking about myself. It is the simplest thing you can do, but what's cool is that people recognize this. No one's expecting the manager to just shut up. No interrupting, no fixing, no soft, just shut up and listen, and people actually remember that kind of stuff.
And what about talkability? Talkability, everyone's talking about talkability, word of mouth.
Sure.
Tell us about that.
Word of mouth is a function of remarkability. And so the first secret is to figure out what is the uniqueness of who you are and your style and your philosophy. And then to figure out, well, how can we leverage this in a way to share it with people and kind of be unexpected and be unpredictable, so when we meet people, they walk away and go, man, I just felt good about myself with him. Not I liked him, I liked myself when I was with him. And when you do that, whatever the remarkability is, people go tell their friends about you. That's the cool part.
Okay, so what's the one thing you want managers to walk away with today?
3 words. Nobody notices normal. I want managers to think about what most employees expect managers to do in the typical, predictable ways managers behave, and then figure out how to act in the opposite way. If employees are expecting managers to never listen and to never give them time and to be available, do the opposite. Be the one manager that says, hey, you can actually ask me questions. I'll be vulnerable with you. That's the one secret. Nobody notices normal. Do the opposite.
Fantastic. That's Scott Ginsberg.